The premise to Christmas Magic, the 2011 film, is right up my street, so I desperately wanted this film to be good. Having watched it, I can say that it pretty did live up to my expectations. I thought it was an enjoyable film with good casting, a nice narrative development, and a good sprinkling of magic. I will say the title itself is pretty dull. I don't like titles that are used for other films and not very imaginative, but if that's the biggest issue with this film, then I think it's doing okay. It was released in 2011, directed by John Bradshaw, and stars Lindy Booth as our protagonist, Carrie. Carrie is a very typical New Yorker living a hectic life with a successful career, always on her phone. And then she has a car accident and she becomes an angel. And she learns when she becomes an angel that she has to return to Earth to help guide a struggling business owner and his young daughter. He owns a restaurant. It's her job to help get him on the right path. And obviously, as she spends time with him and with the girl Abby, they get to know one another. They grow close. She realizes that she may have found somebody she likes, but has to return as an angel once the assignment's over. And there's a lot of heartache and a lot of emotions. But there's also a lot of Christmas magic and a lot of positivity as she fulfills her duty and helps Scott. I also particularly like the character of Henry, who is her own, I guess her guardian angel. He guides her. He's the first person she meets when she dies, and he sends her back to meet other people. And I think it works really well. She is a likable character. I did worry that Carrie would be quite irritating because often with films like this, when we have this stereotypical busy New Yorker with no time for relaxation or anybody else, they can feel really stuck up and ignorant of those around them. But actually, I found her quite likable, particularly after she died. Was her reaction to death reasonable? I would have expected some more emotion and some more tears. It seems like the script didn't call for any actual sobbing, but she did express concern that she wasn't actually given time to come to terms with things before she was sent on her assignment, so that bit was believable, but I just can't imagine anybody would find out they're dead and not break down. She could have given us a little bit more. But other than that, I think the film was really nice. It incorporated some elements that I hadn't expected. The way in which the restaurant was pulled back onto its feet and the way she helped Scott. Certain elements were brought into the narrative that I hadn't predicted and that I'd not seen in similar films, because there are several other films where an angel on Earth helps a mortal, a living mortal. But actually this one was quite unique in that sense. I also didn't know how it was going to conclude itself, and even right towards the end, I had no idea what was going to happen. And I'll say I didn't expect the ending. Whether or not you expect the same as I do, it could depend. But personally, I didn't expect the ending, but I liked the ending. I liked the cast. Paul McGillion plays Scott. Kiara Glasco plays Abby, who is I think about 10 years old at the time. Really, really great character. And Derek McGrath plays Henry, the angel's own angel, and I really like that approach to the narrative. Honestly, there's nothing wrong about this. It's festive enough that it feels like a Christmas film, but for me it's a spiritual film, a spiritual journey with an angel protagonist. And honestly, I said I had high expectations and I needed it to be good. It completely delivered, and Christmas Magic is one I'd happily watch again.